This is a conversation about Jordan Ott, new head coach of the Phoenix Suns. Lots of very nice things were said about Jordan Ott yesterday. Not that you would expect any different, but also Iguodala yesterday at Summer League camp.
Me and Rob have been doing 2-a-days all summer, and when we come back at night, he's still in here. He's in here till 8, 9 at night just working. So just love seeing that. He's out here running individuals and all types of stuff. So I think being a leader, and showing you're in it with us and not just saying you're going to work hard, but actually doing it has been really great to see.
Ryan Dunn was asked about Jordan Ott.
It's been great. Like O said, we've been coming here at night, and he's been in his room watching film. And first day he got here, he called me and said, "Come to my office," and we sat for 30, 45 minutes and just talking about the system that he wants to play. So it's been cool, and just off the court, he's just a very good guy, very laid back, youthful coach. So I'm excited to learn from him, and I'm excited to see what happens this season.
Of course, we wouldn't expect anything different from 2 second-year players to say nice things about him, but I want to believe that it's that it's legit, and that and I'm sure he's putting in the work. I mean, it's his first time as a head coach. I'm sure he's absolutely grinding it and down there at the facility and working all night to the hour. I do believe all that. I guess the question that we all kind of have to collectively ask ourselves as Suns fans is, is he going to make a difference right away? Will he have the roster to make a difference right away? And the thought that I couldn't get out of my head ringer all day when thinking about Jordan Ott was just how much runway does he have? When Jonathan Gannon got the Cardinals job, we all knew almost that the first 2 years didn't matter. It mattered, but it didn't. He was not going to be judged on wins and losses. We were not going to be looking. We were looking for the spirit of the competitiveness. We were looking for the culture. We were looking for this idea that there was accountability. But in terms of judging you off of wins and losses, you basically had a 2-year runway where that just didn't matter that much. And I kind of feel like Jordan Ott is in almost exactly the same set of circumstances. He's not going to get judged by wins. He's not going to get judged by losses. He's going to get judged by culture and competitiveness, and that's it.
And that is the goal, I think, for this roster and this organization coming on the wake of the Big Three disaster. It's time to establish culture and discipline and a coach that has a system that the players believe in. And you're right, Burns, you be competitive, right? Play a brand of basketball that fans want to watch, fans can be proud of, and the team itself can be proud of.
Gambo said that 100 times this offseason. I hated watching that basketball team last year. Give me a team that I like watching. Even if they don't win a bunch of games, give me a team that I appreciate the effort they're putting out there on a nightly basis.
And a lot of that will be on the shoulders of their young 40-year-old head coach. He's paid his dues. He belongs in this job. He's earned that right. That was his answer when he was asked about the whole Michigan State thing. I think, when it comes to Jordan Ott, here's a guy that is getting his first opportunity. And you're right. When you talk about the runway, I'm not sure there's a record bad enough that would cost him his job, given that
four coaches in 4 years.
Four coaches in 4 years. If he's hyperbole to kind of drive the discussion. If he's 10-72, does he get fired without any off the court incidents? That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I think that's the kind of record we have the conversation. If he's 20-62, I think he's back.
There's an X factor to this conversation, though. There is a variable.
What if Devin Booker runs in there and says, "Get him out"?
Okay, you know what? There are two variables to this equation. That's one. All right, is how does he? It's obviously crucially important for him to mesh well with Devin Booker. It might be one of the most important things that he does. I think the other X factor is the impatience of Matt Ishbia. It's just the general, it's not going to happen right away. And I understand you just can't keep firing coaches every single year, which is why I said a 2-year runway for Jordan Ott. I really do believe he's got for sure 2 years to show all the things that we're talking about. But if after 2 years, does Matt get kind of squirmy? Does Matt get sort of, I want a winner and we're not winning and now it's time? And I don't know if that's realistic to put that on Jordan Ott given the state of the organization right now.
No, but you want to be trending in the right direction. If Jordan Ott, again, just hyperbole to prove a point or discuss a point. If he wins 25 games this year and wins 18 games in year 2, then I could see the owner questioning whether or not we have the right guy. And none of this, I don't expect any of this to happen, but it's interesting because of the optics of 4 coaches in 4 years. I thought they were in optics jail with Mike Budenholzer. Like, they can't make a move on this guy. They're going to look ridiculous. But it got so bad by the end of the season that they had no choice, and they fired a bullet right away.
I think your hypotheticals, though, as extreme as they might be, they're worth talking about because, as you pointed out yesterday, how many times in just the last 6 or 7 years have we had there's no way they would do that, only to have them do it, whether it was Cliff, whether it was Wilkes, whether it was Bud, whether it was Frank, right? Like, we've had all kinds of, there's absolutely, things would just have to be a disaster for them to move on from this coach 6 months from now. And yet they kept moving on, whether it was the Cardinals, whether it was the Suns, they kept moving on from coaches because it was just unforeseen how bad things could get, which is why I think it's worth bringing up these crazy possibilities of how bad things could get.
Right. And the extreme example, if he went 10-72, most coaches don't survive that. But if everything's kind of copacetic off the court and everybody likes him and they believe in the vision, if Devin Booker plays a full season, there's no way they're only winning 10 games.
I know the point you're making.
Yeah, I'm trying to just illustrate the situation that they're in and how much runway he does have.
Because
early on in his career.
Yeah, because I really, it just feels like he's got a Jonathan Gannon sized, especially they don't have draft picks. They don't have, right? Like, this is going to be a tough gig for a few years. It just is. It's going to be hard.
You're in the 30 to 40 win window, right? That's where I'm at.
I'm in the 25 to 35
You're a little lower.
window.
Okay.
I'm a little lower. I'm in the 25 to 35 window. Yeah, I have a bet with Gambo that he says they're going to win more games next year than they did last. Now, I've lost plenty of bets to him. He's lost plenty to me. I feel really good about that bet. I think it's going to be really tough for them. I really do. Just given the talent and where they are.
Hey, whether you win 30 or 40, it's nothing to, plan the parade about, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's not great either way.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.